Hey there guys! So today I want to talk about something that is pretty important to me and something that I really want to talk about just so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better. Wow, if I can speak. Something so that you can get to know me a little bit better and maybe be able to help someone. And that's my coming out story. So if you didn't know, I'm gay. And so I just want to talk about kind of my experience growing up, realizing I was gay, coming to terms with it, and actually coming out and all that jazz from, the start up until now. So starting off at the beginning, I grew up in a fairly religious household and a very conservative one, so I didn't really know what gay was growing up. I'd never been exposed to it, and I never really understood what it was, and I never really questioned attraction, because I don't know if it was just because I was uneducated or just not smart, but me as a young child did not really question it. I just kind of went along with whatever I was told, and what I knew already. So then, but it got to a point though when I was about 7 or 8. When I started to have same-sex attractions, or same-gender attractions, I'll say. So it was I used to play basketball, just at the Parks and Rec Center, and there's a kid on my team who I'll keep his name private just because, even though I haven't talked to him in over 10 years, he could be watching this and it could be really embarrassing, but yeah, I had a big crush on him, and kind of funny that my parents didn't really pick up on it, but or not to my knowledge they didn't, or that I didn't pick up on it for that matter. But yeah, I didn't, like I just said, didn't really think anything of it. I didn't think it was odd or unnormal. I just kind of, went along with it. That being said, I still didn't really know what gay was, or that it was a thing, or that it was different, until I was about 12. And then I don't really remember where I learned it from or how I learned of it, but I learned it. And I learned that people considered it to be different, and that people considered it to be wrong. And especially around that time, we hadn't really been going to church for quite a few years, and so we'd gotten back into going to church at that time, for reasons that aren't really important to this video right now. Maybe I'll make a different video on that later, but yeah, we started going back to church, and so I was starting to have a lot of kind of negative influences come into my mind about homosexuality and what it was and how God thought about it and all this stuff. Though I did not hold that stance myself, which, I don't know, that's very kind of odd, and it's very telling, I think, if you really, get down into it, of, my attitude towards the scriptures and stuff, and of the Bible, and how even though I claimed to be a Christian, I really didn't believe in all of it, not truly, and not 100%. I never really thought that it was wrong or that there was anything abnormal about it, so I kind of put on a facade. I didn't really talk about it with people. I just kind of, the topic never really came up much as far as just in general conversation, but yeah, I never really talked about it with anyone, but I never expressly said, oh, I support it, or I don't think it's wrong, or I don't think it's weird. But we were getting fed all this stuff, especially at that age of, middle school, high school, that it was wrong, and that it was abnormal, and that God didn't support it. So, it created a lot of inner conflict inside of me. And as I got older and went through middle school, and I started to notice more same-sex attraction, it really took a toll on me, and it really weighed on my mind a lot. And it was probably a good, from the time I was 12 till, so probably about 4 years, until I was about 16. It was just really weighing on my mind, because as the thoughts and the attractions grew stronger, so did my doubts and so did my fears. And it just got to be like I was Googling things, and I was trying to read scriptures, and I was trying to just like do everything I could to try and like understand why I felt this way and what the actual stance on it was, like if it was actually wrong or not. But then when I was about 16, when I was 16, I went to a program called, I guess I can say the name of it in the video. It's called the California State Summer School for the Arts, or CSA for short. And it's a great program. Go do it. Go look at it. If you're in the arts at all, go look at it. But anyway, I went to that program for dance, and it was a completely mind-changing, life-changing, mind-blowing experience for me, because while I was initially there to learn about the craft I was studying, it ended up being something so strong for me just socially that it almost outweighed the art itself, which, and I think right now it probably does. I mean, I'm grateful for sure for what I learned in dance at that program for 2 years, the 2 years that I went, or the 2 summers that I went, I should say. But what it gave me socially is something that really changed my life, and I'm grateful for it forever. Because when I went there, it was like a completely new world. I was around people of all different backgrounds, all different types, shapes, sizes, different interests, different areas of the world. I mean, this program caters to people all over the world, so, and all across the country and all across the state. There were so many different types of people, and I got to interact with so many different types of people, and it was amazing. It was the first time in my life I didn't feel judged or feel out of place because of what I thought or what I felt. And it freed me a lot. And at the same time, that was kind of the point where I really learned that I didn't believe in the Bible, and that I didn't really believe in the scripture and what the church had been telling me for my whole life, and what my parents had been telling me for my whole life. And so it was a really, like, the first time around was a really, like, revelationary, like, it just, like, it was a revelation. Like, I just really, it just changed my life and changed the way that I interact socially for, like, forever. And it was the first time that I felt somewhat okay about who I was and my attractions. So then I started to explore, now that I didn't feel the shame and the worry and the weight of the whole religion thing on my mind, I just started to explore, like, okay, what exactly are my attractions? Am I still attracted to women? Am I attracted to men? Which one am I more attracted to? Which am I attracted to one exclusively? And initially I found that I was attracted to both men and women, I thought, equally. And then as the years kind of has gone on, the attraction to women has pretty much all but died off. It's pretty much gone. And the attraction to men is pretty much 100% now. It's almost there. So initially I came out to a few friends as bisexual, and that's kind of how I identified for about a year, I want to say. And then around last November, December, I just completely, fully, I decided that I was going to identify as gay. I looked at kind of my attractions, looked at who I was attracted to and who I wasn't, and I decided I don't really think I'm attracted to women all that much at all. So I decided to identify as gay. And I don't regret that decision at all. I think it's the right decision 100%, even almost a year later. I think it's completely 100%. I think I felt more comfortable in my skin than I ever have right now, identifying that way. And it just feels right. It feels good. And I think now that I identify as gay, it puts a lot less pressure on me to try and continue the facade of heteronormativity and continue to keep on that mask for certain people. And I think that's evident in the fact that I did eventually come out publicly and fully back, I want to say in like April of this year. I came out 100% to everyone I know as gay, and I got like 99.9% positive responses. There's maybe one person on my whole Facebook that took the time out to comment and say that they were not supporting me and accepting of me that way. But pretty much everyone else said they were, and I even had people go to that one person who was not supporting and like call him out and try and argue with him, which I don't necessarily condone arguing or anything, but I'm grateful that I have people there to support me and there to stick up for me against people who don't support me. But I think at the same time I've gotten to a point where I'm able to combat that myself, and I'm not scared of that, and I'm not scared to tell people, and I'm not scared to be who I am, and I'm not scared to be out proud and free and be completely 100% me, and say if you don't like that, then I don't really care about your opinion, and you can go away and you can just leave me alone, because it's my life and I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm going to live freely as me and comfortably in my skin. Yeah, and that's about it. I mean, that's pretty much, I guess in closing, I want to say, if you're thinking about it, and if you think you want to come out, if you think if you're ready to, definitely do it, because it was 100% the best thing that I've done in a while. Like, for my own life and for my own happiness, it is probably the thing that the one thing that I am glad I did this year to make steps in my own happiness is coming out, because it freed me up so much. Because, it's just taking one more step in weeding out the people who shouldn't be in your life. If there's a quote, and it's actually my favorite quote, and it's something I want to get at least part of it tattooed onto me somewhere. The quote is, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." And that's something I have come to adopt and come to live by every day, is those who mind don't matter, and you have to weed them out, and you have to not let them into your life and not let them affect you. And the ones who actually do matter are going to be here no matter what, and they're going to love you no matter what. So yeah, that's just kind of, I guess, the moral of the story, and that's what I wanted to just kind of make this video. That's why I wanted to make this video, was just kind of to say that. And if you have any doubts about it, just don't worry, it'll be okay. And just, yeah, that's really it, is it will be okay. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a week, but it will be okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see some more videos I'm putting out, go click the subscribe button. I put out new videos every Friday. And yeah, that's about it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.